I've made a lot of fancy looking ads to promote my own music and my clients' music, but one of my best performing ads for 2025 was something that I shot in 2 minutes on my phone. And the crazy thing is, it's even performing super well in tier 1 expensive countries. And in today's video, I want to show you very clearly exactly what that ad was, the results I got from it, and I also want to explain why this is working, as this is the sort of buzz that I'm seeing around specific ad creatives in every industry at the moment. If you stick around for the end, I'm even going to show you a new kind of playlist ad that I'm testing at the moment, and the results are going pretty well, so make sure you stick around for that little bit at the end. If you're new here, I'm Nick from 11 out of 10, and on this channel, my goal is to make independent musicians, labels, artists just a little bit more informed with actionable strategies that you can implement whatever I'm saying within your own artist projects. But now let's get into the video. So I'm going to start off by showing you the actual results. Now I have 2 campaigns with this specific ad creative that I want to show you. The first one, it's for my new song, In My Heart, The Rent Is Free. I ran in tier 1 and tier 2 countries. You can see I've turned it off. But basically I got 982 results with a cost of 20 cents per result. Spent about $195 on it. This is pretty solid, actually really good for tier 1 and tier 2. Now, for those that aren't clued up on this whole ad thing, 982 results basically means 982 people have seen my ad on Instagram, gone through and listened to the song on Spotify. A lot of them have saved it too. As you can see, this song has 1,587 saves, 35,000 streams. I can't say this is all because of ads, but I'm going to do a full breakdown of this song in the coming weeks once I think that the entire campaign has run its course. So results are looking pretty good save-wise. And why are there actually 1,500 saves? Well, there's 982 results from Meta itself. This is my tier 1, tier 2 campaign, but the campaign that I have on at the moment is only a tier 1 campaign, which means I'm targeting expensive countries in Europe, America, Australia, New Zealand. And targeting these expensive countries, I'm getting results of 25 cents to get people over to Spotify and hopefully save the music. This is one of my best results I've ever gotten for tier 1 countries, and why, even though it's slightly more expensive than tier 1, tier 2, I want to see if this actually gets me more algorithmic traction in the future. Okay, so these results are pretty cool. I'm sure you can tell I'm pretty stoked about them, but now this video is about the ad and I want to show you what that actual ad looked like. Okay, so very simply, it's a 10-second ad of me. As I said, I shot it on my phone and it goes something like this. What if Tame Impala and Mac DeMarco had a baby? Super simple video. As you saw, I shot it on my phone. You can even see me like putting my phone down to turn the camera off at the end of the ad. But this is it. Now, this ad is obviously taken from my new song, Where the Rent Is Free. It's pretty simple. Just me filming myself, got some text over it, voiceover, saying whatever I'm saying on the text with the song playing and fading in the background. Obviously then the album cover and a little bit of a funny part coming in. So you've seen the ad, and I'm sure you've seen many other super sexy, polished, hi-fi ads all over Instagram, and mine is honestly just a little bit silly. How does this work? This is what I want to talk about next, because I'm constantly looking at other industries, seeing what knowledge I can pull in and apply to music, and something that I found in e-commerce and something that may seem totally different to music. There are concepts and ideas that are easily pullable into applying when running ads for your own music. And one of the main things I've been hearing is just natural feeling user-generated content is actually working very, very well. Because let's be honest, when we see a very sexy, polished ad that feels like a Mercedes-Benz advert or something like that, and it's music, you can tell that it's an ad. When you're going through funny reels or stories of your friends and everything obviously feels like a story from a friend or an acquaintance, as soon as you see something polished, you know it's an ad and you skip through. But then you have me just standing there looking a bit silly. It just feels like another piece of content. It doesn't feel like, oh, there's a very sexy thing that this guy is trying to sell me. Meanwhile, I am trying to get you to click through onto my song, but it doesn't feel like that. And that is important to know. When you are making ads, at the moment, it always changes. This sort of user-generated content may be a good kind of ad to actually run. Now, how do you make a good user-generated content ad? Well, I'd say these UGC ads, it's pretty easy. if you've had a piece of content go a little bit viral or even just resonates with a lot of your own followers, that could be a potential one to run as an ad. For me, I posted something very similar to this ad into my Instagram stories. I have about 2,000 followers. The story had 50 likes, which is crazy for me at least. And I was like, okay, this is obviously resonating with people, so let me see if I can make this into an ad. So that's a good way of doing it. Of course, you could stalk some other organic viral content and then try and make that your own, try and apply that to your own music, that same idea. Okay, but I think there are a few principles in this actual ad of mine that you can definitely take home if you're just going to come up with a new idea. So I'll just play the ad for you again and then talk through some of the things. The first key principle I want you to note is that I'm opening the loop. Okay, I'm opening a question by saying, what if Tame Impala and Mac DeMarco had a baby? Naturally, humans want to close the loop. They want to know the answer. So by starting with a question, I've already kind of hooked people in. This is the first important principle. Next, if I just drag the timer forward, you will see I give the answer at 3 seconds, basically pointing to myself. This hook, this payoff, it comes within the first 3 seconds where I'm pointing at myself. Some people are going to say, no, I got some hate on the ad. Not bad hate, but it was funny. And very soon, I've just put this funny little thing of me looking like a baby. And then the album artwork comes up. This is all happening very quickly. The whole hook and payoff is within these first 3 to 4 seconds. And that is very essential in terms of engaging listeners. The next principle is I'm trying to give some sort of emotion to whoever is seeing the ad. So obviously this is a bit of comedy. First curiosity, what's going on? And then comedy, haha, this guy thinks he's Tame Impala and Mac DeMarco's baby. Do I look like it? These are my few core principles for making good music ads at the moment. And just to summarize them in case they weren't clear. So the first one is a hook that opens the loop. Like, what if Tame Impala and Mac DeMarco had a baby? You're giving the watcher of the ad a payoff within the first 3 to 4 seconds. If the content has performed well organically, it's probably gonna perform well as an ad. You've probably heard this before, but it genuinely works. And lastly, does it convey some sort of emotion? Does it give the watcher of the ad some sort of emotion? The bonus principle is that it now becomes very clear it's a song. I'm talking about Tame Impala and Mac DeMarco. You can see that people think, oh, I know these artists. What is he talking about? And the album artwork comes up and it says out now. So people know that at the end, this is an advert for a song. And if they like the music, which they can hear in the background, hopefully they click through. And as you can tell from the results, they have clicked through. Hey, just a reminder that if you ever want to run a Meta or YouTube ads campaign to one of your next releases, I offer full package campaign services, so you don't have to spend hours of making bad twerking videos. I also offer one-off consultations if you just have questions, and I have course level bonus content on my Patreon. So scan the QR code on the screen now to contact me for these services. Otherwise, head to our description below for Patreon and other free downloads. But now back to the video. Now, because I found this ad was working so well, I thought it was time that I just update my playlist ads. Obviously, being a curator, I need to keep my listenership up. And I thought maybe I'm going to try something similar for my playlist ads. Now, they're still very new, just about a week old. So I can't give you like, these results are insane. And I think they're still getting cheaper, but they are pretty good at the moment. So I'll show you what the playlist ad looks like too, just as a bonus for getting this far in the video. I made a playlist for fans of these artists, as well as some cool underground indie artists who might even end up as your next favorite. So you can see sort of similar, just feels like could be some normal content. Also, I'm doing the talk over. I find actually talking over a video instead of talking to the video, at least in ads, is a bit easier. I think making funny faces and saying at the same time maybe gets a bit too much, at least for me. This ad is costing less than 20 cents in tier 1 and tier 2 countries so far. So steal it too and see if it's able to get you some cheaper results, because this UGC style ad really just feels a bit more natural and people might actually end up trusting you a bit more and clicking through to your song or your playlist or your album. Okay, I really hope that you found this helpful. If you want to go deeper, I've actually got an extended version of this video on Patreon where I break down the entire ad campaign so you can see exactly what I targeted, all of my little finicky settings, things to watch out for, and we can get really nerdy so that you can copy exactly what I did in my own Meta Ads Manager and literally do the same thing in your own so that you can hopefully get the same results as me. If you want to see that, hop over to our Patreon. If not, no worries at all. Thank you so much for watching this video and I'll see you at the next one. Goodbye.